Ninja Mom. Oh, we're here with weekly wax empties, and I actually did it on the 7-day marker. I know we change. We're recording when we used to record out in the kitchen or the dining room or the living room area, and you guys would see something different. Recently, you guys have been seeing a lot of bedroom. It's because in reality, out there, all you guys are going to see is a ton of boxes behind me. And nobody wants to see a oodle of boxes, but you guys probably don't want to see this anyways. But soon in the new house, you guys will see a very beautiful background behind me. So you'll see lots of Scentsy products and buddies and awards and pictures and all kinds of candles and pretty stuff. It will be very pretty, I promise. You'll see. The new recording room is going to be lit. So let's dive in with our empties. We're going to start out with the bags because that's what I've melted the least of. I melted pretty heavy this week. I will say I did pretty darn good for a week. So the first thing I emptied was Country Market Crafts Pastel Peeps. Buttercream and vanilla bean are folded into fluffy white marshmallow and sweet sugar to tempt the senses. This was a couple peeps. There was a bunny and a chickie, and then there was a tri-colored like bunny coin type thing in here. And it was a very yummy scent. It was beautiful. She did a light purple and yellow and pink, like pastel shades. And she put this beautiful white mica in it that was just unbelievable, like pearlescent-y. You can see pictures of the wax bowl from this on my Instagram at Ninja Mom. And it was actually a really good performer. I really enjoyed it. I would purchase it again, especially for springtime around Easter, because it is very reminiscent of the Peeps candy smell. The next bag I melted is and emptied is a cereal by the pound Waxidents. This was a custom I made, which is vanilla pound cake, cotton candy frosting, Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, and Rice Krispie treats. This was full to here. Like it was 12, it was, I think it was 16 pieces that was in here. 16 1-ounce pieces or half-ounce pieces, but 16 chunk squares were in here. And it smelled so good. Sorry, my toe itches. I'm trying to itch it on the bed, and I can't do that with the new tripod here. Okay, so it was so good. The Fruit Loops and the Fruity Pebbles stood out the most in it, which they normally do. They're dominating scents. But it was like if you were to be made, like, you know how people make the cereal cakes, but it would be more along the lines of that dense pound cake with the good, bold, rich vanilla, very sweet pound cake. And you were to glaze it in like a cotton candy frosting type glaze. And then, you know, you were to be mixing in all the cereals into the batter. So when it baked, it was amazing. It was amazing. I might actually attempt to do some kind of real baked bundt cake, like a cereal overload bundt cake or something like that, to compare it and show you guys how to do one. And the last bag was a 8-ounce bag in the basic vanilla cupcake, which this one was really weird. This was Closet Full of Wax, and this one was weird. It had kind of a coconut vanilla note that came to it. It wasn't your plain normal vanilla cupcake. This was more light coconut, light banana vanilla cupcake. It was very good. It didn't perform the best, but it was a vanilla bakery, so I mean, come on. But it wasn't a very strong thrower. It was more of a light to medium. It lasted for about 6 hours, but it was nice. If you're more into a very calm scent, this is a good one. Okay, so into the Scentsy that I have melted. I went a little hard this week on my Scentsy. I have been melting Scentsy like a mad woman. Yeah, but I'm a Scentsy consultant, so that's how it works. So I melted an entire clam of the aloe vera and ivy. I think I have one left of these. Oh, I love this scent, but I am going to do the Scentsy Club, which is where you get scents. They'll continue to make scents for you as long as it's in your club. Such a good job, you guys. Like, you say, you know, you get this one and then a different one that's only during the fall that you really, really, really want, and you don't want it to disappear when the transition happens from scents. You can add them to your club, however many bars you want into your club, and then even when it changes into summer and all these scents are gone, you're still getting them. Scentsy will continue to still make them for you. So keep that in mind if you fall in love with a Scentsy scent. This one, and Around the Campfire, and Hug in a Mug, and the new Pumpkin Tiramisu are already going to be, like, they're doing the club for this girl. So that is a definite repurchase, and that is a solid 10 out of 10 performer, and it performs for like 24 hours or longer. The next one I have is the Caramel Apple Craze. This is so good. It is very, very strong, bold red. This is not a green apple by any means. This is like a really juicy red, golden, you know, apple. It's just like the most amazing, sweet, not tart apple that you could ever find. And it is enveloped with the most sweet yet tiny touch of salted vanilla-based caramel with maybe just a touch of like a butterscotchish note. God, you guys, this stuff is so good. I melt it by itself. I've also blended it with almond croissant. I have blended it with sugar cookie. I have blended it with apple cherry strudel. Y'all, the possibilities are endless with the caramel apple craze on what to blend it with. This is unfreaking real. This, it would be a good end of summer when you're getting into the carnival vibe scents, like August and September. This would be great during the fall if you wanted to add a fall, you know, thing to it, or just by itself. It is very reminiscent of carnivals, yet it's also reminiscent of fall time when the apples and the caramel apples and the ciders and all that stuff are flowing. This is a really good scent. You guys must try it if you're into a good, really good caramel apple scent. The next one is the apple butter frosting. This is super duper good. It is heavier on the cinnamon. So, I mean, it is definitely an apple butter frosting. The apple butter is more dominant in it than the frosting aspect, but it is still there. And this thing is really, really good. If you love that good spiced apple butter scent, it is a very good scent. And it is a strong performer. I cannot say enough about almost every one of the Scentsies I have ever burned being top-notch performers. We're talking 9-10 throw for over 12 to 24 to 48 hours with some of them. Not joking, you guys. And that's a repurchase too. Then almond croissant. This was a new one for this season. Oh my god, and this year. Almond croissant. It is everything and then some. It is a non-cherry almond, a very almond, and a wonderfully warm, buttery, lightly spiced sugar, well, lightly cinnamon sugar scent. This is like the come-all of all bakeries. I have blended so many scents with this. I have blended it by itself. This is a standout performer. If you are into really, really amazing bakeries, this is your deal. That is your deal. Breakfast in Bed, another one. This thing sold out so fast when we first got it. So fast. It was unreal. This is a very, very good spiced pumpkin pastry with that perfect raspberry drizzle going on. So you get that pop of that raspberry sweet fruit berryness on top of that really full-bodied, spicy pumpkin pastry. It is really, really, really good. I have a couple clams of this put back for later when the weather gets cool. Yes, y'all. And I have melted caramel apple with that. I've melted caramel apple with almost everything that I could melt it with. Then we have apple cherry strudel. You guys have heard me on this train before. The most realistic, delectable apple cherry strudel. You get that butter, oatmeal, brown sugar crumbly top. You get that bubbling sweet red bold cherry. You get that perfect pop of apple. It is everything. I cannot request that you guys try this enough. This one, if any of the scents I have bragged to the hilt about today, this be the one I am most serious about. Then we have the Vanilla Bean Buttercream. She there. She is a Vanilla Bean Buttercream. She is your basic Betty. She be, but she also is very, very good. Like, she has a lot of that vanilla oomph going on. I have this going in my kiddo's room, in the wall diffuser, and the mini wall diffuser thing we got going on, the mini fan, and I have the vanilla buttercream pods in it, and his room smells like an amazing vanilla cupcake when I walk up in there. He loves that. It's one of his favorite scents. And then this one I purchased when I first joined Scentsy from my sponsor, and I really like this. It is Strawberry Taffy. I'm kicking myself in the arse for not getting all of this stuff done before this scent transition, and I couldn't get this anymore. This is a very, very good sweet candy cherry with a vanilla taffy, and it is actually really good. It is very, very strong. It does perform to the hilt, but it's good. It really is good. I would highly recommend, if this ever comes back, or you can get your hands on Strawberry Taffy, to give her a try. Now we're done with Scentsy. On to Walmart Wax. We have Better Homes and Gardens White Pumpkin Sage. Will definitely be repurchasing this. This is so far out of my scent element that I am so shocked that I loved it the way I do. This is like the most perfect light, very light pumpkin with a sage that is not like rawr sage. It is just a very harmonious fall scent. I wouldn't quite call it bakery. I don't really know. Sorry, you guys. I don't really know if I would say it is woodsy. I would just say that this is a really good fall scent. I don't really know what classification to even put this one in, but it is really, really good. That white pumpkin is just something else in there. And the way the sage blends with it, really good. Performance is a 10 out of 10. And I will repurchase it, and it threw for like 10 hours. She be a 10, 10, 10. Then we have Sensational Salted Caramel Buttercream. You guys heard my views on this before. It smells like a really good apple, like applesauce cupcake, with a very bold caramel, very bold, now I wouldn't say salted, but it is a caramel, a very bold dark caramel, like buttercream, like a hint of toffee note in it. It's very, very good. I would repurchase it and have repurchased it by far. This one was sent to me in a random act of kindness from my sweetie pie, Angie, Kentucky Waxy Girl. And it was a very amazing scent. I love it. The next one, I just finished this one out yesterday, which is the Island Coconut Creamsicle. Finally finished all of my Island Coconut Creamsicles, and I had like 10 of these. This was a good one. It was very strong. There was like a intense lime note that came through this, but it was really good. Yesterday was like 95 degrees here, so this was a really nice scent to have on a 95-degree day. I wouldn't repurchase it because it's out of that time of season, but I would next year. Now, this scent has become a holy grail in my house. This is the Pistachio Macaron. I purchased probably 30 of these clamshells when they dropped them out to $1, and then they dropped them to 75 cents. I bought like 30 of these clamshells, and I bought five of the large candles, and I melted all of the candles down and turned them into wax melts as well, because that is how fucking legit this scent is in my home. I love it. It is the most amazing light pistachio buttery macaron scent. That's all I can say. If you don't like it, I'm sorry about you, but your girl, from my nose, from my house, this is a must-have. So I have lots of it in case next year they decide to not bring it back, because they do that a lot. Now we have Sensational's Marshmallow Crispies Sugar Rush. There has been so much craziness surrounded by this clamshell. It seems like every year there's a clamshell from Walmart that there's a big controversy about. Is it this? Is it that? Is it this? Is it that? No, it is not. the orange buttercream cupcake. No, it is not a dupe out or anything along those lines of the Bath and Body Works marshmallow bar candle. It doesn't even smell the same to me as that. This is its own thing. This is a vamped up lemon-based marshmallow cereal bar with a good marshmallow tone. That's what my set is on that. The last two I have, because we're running short, and I would repurchase it. We are running short on time here. The pumpkin cider from Sensationals. This is really, really good. It is an amazing, amazing cider. I don't know if I'd say pumpkin necessarily, but it is an amazing cider. And I would repurchase this in a second. And last but not least is the Woodwick's Bakery Cupcake. You've seen this before. It is a really good vanilla scent. I enjoy it. These are massively big, so you can put one of these chunks between 2, maybe 3 warmers, and it is good to go. I would repurchase that as well at the cheap price. I would not buy it at full price. So that was my empties, everybody. I wanted to say thank you for stopping by and hearing what I had to say about what I melted and what is going on. I will be back 2 times more today. I have 2 other videos coming your way. Bye. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below.